It was June 15th, 2015, just after 10:30 at night. I was on just ordinary patrol when I heard on the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office radio band that the neighboring county, Toombs County, was involved in a pursuit, and the pursuit was coming into Montgomery County, which is part of our post territory, and they requested assistance from the Georgia State Patrol, so I began to travel to the area. While en route to try to intercept the pursuit, the local deputies informed us that they were being shot at by the violator, so that only furthered the need to get involved and to assist. So when I arrived in the small community of Uvalde, Georgia, the deputies there had chased the violator back into Toombs County. Once they got inside Toombs County, they traveled on dirt roads, and because of the dust and the environment, they lost sight of the violator. So at that point, I just sat stationary in Uvalde just to see if the violator would come back out. I made contact with the sheriff over the radio and advised him that I was 2 or 3 miles away from him and I would intercept the pursuit once I saw him. So once I observed the violator vehicle, jumped in behind him, activated my lights and siren, and the pursuit ensued from there. Still within the city limits of Uvalde, I called up to the violator vehicle, and that's when the driver of the vehicle partially exited the driver's window, and I could tell that he was holding a shotgun or rifle, a long gun of some sorts, and he fired the first shot at me. I saw pieces of the shot strike the driver's side window right in front of my face, as well as heard what I thought was the shot striking my patrol vehicle. So at that point, I felt like it was no longer just a violator trying to get away or captured, but I knew at that point he was trying to kill me. So with no other option, I traveled up to him, caused the front of my patrol car to strike the rear of his vehicle to try to attempt to make him lose control. That was unsuccessful. So we continued north on State Route 56, and there he fired multiple shots at me again. One of those shots being through the sunroof with what appeared to be a pistol. Near about this time, Montgomery County dispatchers come on the radio and advise that they have received a call of an overturned vehicle on State Route 56 near Morris Farms Road. It was later determined that the vehicle that crashed was the vehicle that belonged to the Sheriff Ladson O'Connor, and that he had in fact died from the crash. The violator was going to make a left-hand turn, went down into the ditch to try to shorten his turn. At that point, I thought, here it is, he's going to get out shooting again. But I also saw it as another opportunity to maybe disable his vehicle. So I traveled down to the ditch with him, struck the rear of his vehicle in front of my patrol car. But because of the height of the truck, the weight of the truck, it didn't disable his vehicle. When the opportunity was available, I traveled onto the shoulder of the road, matched the speed of the violator, and performed a pit maneuver. The vehicle lost control of his vehicle, exited the roadway onto the right shoulder of the road, and struck a tree. There was a big dust storm because of the collision. There was dust everywhere. So I exited my patrol vehicle with my patrol shotgun and realized at that point there's a guy here with a gun that's been shooting at me, and I have no idea where I can't see him. There's dust everywhere. So within a few seconds, my backup, my assistants arrived. Out of instinct, the first reaction was to run up to the vehicle, to storm the vehicle to make sure they could try to catch him before he got away. I knew he was ready for a gunfight. So I began to yell at the deputies to back up, get cover, back up, get cover.
Hey, y'all, hey! Get cover, back up and get cover. Back up and get cover.
As the dust settled, we could see that the driver's door was open. The driver had fled the scene into the woods, and we were able to apprehend the passenger by felony stop procedures and took them into custody. At that point, obviously, a command post was set up, a manhunt ensued, and then he was later captured the next morning. And in an instant, I went from looking at a ghost town to being shot at by a violator. It showed me just how quick and that things can turn for the worse. And it showed the true brotherhood that we work in, that no matter what goes on, what happens, it shows us that it is a brotherhood and that we look out for each other no matter what.